Hello guys, my name is Nanayao and today I'll be teaching you guys how to use um, CSS to decorate your web page. Well, the full meaning of CSS means cascading style sheet, and what it does is it is used to make a web page interactive, or should I say user friendly. An example is maybe I have a text and I want to change the color of the text to red. This is when I employ the properties of CSS. Or should I say I want to make my text big, or I want to do an adjustment to a particular object. That is when CSS comes inside. Don't worry, we'll start with the practical aspect and I know you will grasp the real meaning of CSS. Okay, so CSS has been categorized into two. There is the internal CSS and the external CSS. Okay, and also with the internal CSS, it has been categorized into two, which I will explain into details. Okay, so an example, I have a paragraph. I am a good girl and I want to change the color of my paragraph. So load, I am a good girl. This is it. Okay, so with the internal CSS, first of all, what I'll do is in my p tag, I'll write style and then maybe color red. As you can all see, the color changed into red. But if also you took into consideration, as I was writing, a list of options were displayed to me. Style, as you can see. Why? Because CSS is an array, or should I say its properties, they are so plenty to the extent that you can't memorize all. It's so plenty. That is why it is advisable to be using Microsoft Visuals in writing your codes. What it does is it suggests the property you might be needing. So an example, after writing my style, if I write equal to, the moment I write C, a list of options will be given to me. Because of this, even if I forget, it will give me a hint of what I want to do. An example is maybe I want to change the background, maybe the background image or the background color or background something, but I've forgotten what I want to do. But what I remember is background. The moment I write back, a list of background options will be given to me and I can choose from these options. That is one advantage of using Microsoft Visuals over other notepads, should I say. Okay, so with a style, if I want to change the font size, I can write font size maybe 200%. I'll save it. Pressing Ctrl and C will save your work, and then I'll load it. As we can see, the size of the font has been changed. So this is one aspect of the internal CSS. Let us go to the other aspect of internal CSS. Okay, so with the next one, we move to the header tag, and in the header tag we create another tag called a style. Okay, so here in the style tag we can adjust anything we want to do. So an example is in this p tag we have I'm a good girl. We want to change the background color. All what we need to do is enter p, then we will bring curly brackets, an opening curly brackets and a closing curly brackets, and then maybe we want to change the color. The color should be red. And whenever we are doing this type of CSS, we should make sure that anything we write, we end it with a semicolon. Maybe we want to change the background color to green. Maybe we want to change the font size to maybe 200. Maybe we want to change the font family, which is how we want the fonts to display. Maybe we want font display. Okay, sorry, let me just, save it, load. So as you can see, so the color was changed to red, the size was increased, and the background color was changed to green. So that is one thing about CSS. They are used to make our web page more interactive, or should I say more user friendly. If you guys can remember, I said we have the internal one and the external one. This is the internal one. Let us go to the external one. And also one advantage of the external one over the internal one. One thing about the internal one is if I save this and I right click on my web page and I go to my view page source, we can all see my CSS. So that is one disadvantage. It makes other people see what you are doing. So meaning your work is not hidden, it's visible to the public. But with the external one, what it does is we take a new page, write our CSS in the page, save it somewhere else, and call it to affect this one. So what we can do is we create a new page. Then maybe, first of all, let me clean this one. Save it. So now it's back to default. So in the new page, let me save my new page as girl CSS. So in my new page, I write my B, font size 200%, font family, font color. Oh, sorry, color. I'll make it yellow. And maybe background color, I'll make it pink. I'll save it. So although I have saved it, we can all see that even if I load, nothing will happen. Why? Because in this page it's not referencing to the girl CSS. So I need to create a reference which will reference to the girl CSS. And to do that, in our header tag, we create another tag called link, meaning we are linking a page to this page. So with the link, I'll write rel. The rel means what are we linking? We are linking a style sheet. Okay, and then a href. Href always means the location of an object. And because, as you can see, because the sample and the girl CSS are in the same folder, we just write the name girl CSS. Let's save it. Let us go and look. So as you can see, it's affected it. Okay, thank you very much for today's lessons, and that ends the lessons for today. If you have any questions, go to the question page and ask any question of your choice. We are really not ready to answer you, and I hope you guys understand what I'm doing. And also, one thing about programming is a continuous thing. The moment you stop practicing, you will forget. Even if you forget, you need to practice. It's a continuous thing. Without practicing, you get stuck. Thank you very much once again. Hope to see you in our next session. Bye.